Now, that's from the Supreme Court earlier this term. I think that decision came down in the beginning part of this year. January 14th, 2026. So it's a very recent Supreme Court case, but it came before, right? It came before the Virginia Supreme Court sort of punted on some of these issues in at least some of these cases, as I recall, and said, we're going to resolve them after the election. And so, I think a lot of people read that. I think the most sensible reading of what the Virginia Supreme Court was saying is, look, we may never have to reach this because after all, the ballot initiative could fail, right? The special election could fail. But it's hard for me, having now had it passed, to imagine that the Virginia Supreme Court is going to retroactively undo the election, both because, it would be, an awfully big step for a state Supreme Court to take, but also it would seem to run headlong into this recent admonition delivered by Chief Justice Roberts on behalf of the right side of the court. As I recall, it was 7-2. I think there were two concurrences. I think it was like a 5-2, and then two dissents, Justice Jackson and Justice Sotomayor. So writing for, clearly the bulk of the court, but the bulk of the court from the right to the center, it seems a little, I don't know, I count me skeptical. This is not a legal argument, but count me skeptical that the Virginia Supreme Court is now going to somehow unwind this.